Salute.
Okay. And we'll start with questions. I've got several questions I've got for you, and others come on the board. I'm sure we'll have additional questions. Okay. First of all, why do you deserve a black belt?
I feel like I deserve a black belt because I put a lot of hard work into achieving just a red belt. And I put in just as much hard work to going for this black belt. A lot of training, a lot of sparring, fighting. I've been in this system for 12 years. 6 years I've been steady. The last 6 years I've been pretty steady. I've made almost all the belt tests here and in Fort Worth. And I just feel like today I'm capable of applying for this black belt.
What way will you bring professionalism to karate?
I'll mainly bring it through confidence. You know, teaching people confidence. I think that's one of the main things people are lacking today. Young people and old alike is confidence that they can do something. I know myself, that's been my main thing. I grew up without any confidence, really. And karate has brought me self-confidence to at least try something. And that's what I want to do for other people. Just get them where they'll at least try.
Why do you think you're a good instructor?
Well, I don't qualify myself as an instructor as of yet. That's one of my main things. Like in my resume I wrote down, that's my main goal now is to learn to teach people. I've been mostly in it for myself up to this point. I mean, I like to help people, but I don't know the basic skills and teaching because I've been working on myself and getting ready for this black belt and all along. But that's one thing I want to learn starting after today is to teach other people.
How much do you believe in karate?
That's a word you can't explain. I think karate is one of the best things I've ever done myself. Like I say, it's brought out some physical ability in myself, self-confidence, and just a willingness to not back up and be afraid to try anything. And I think karate is a very important part of my life.
Why would someone pay for karate if they could go to the YMCA and receive it free? Watching someone pay.
I think the quality of instruction is going to be the main thing. I mean, having a background in karate, somebody that just shows up out of nowhere and starts instructing, I think, there's a big question mark there where if you have an established karate person, such as Weatherford, it's been here, I've been in it for 12 years and Weatherford has always been here. I know it's not going to be gone tomorrow. And I think that makes a big difference. Starting in a YMCA and then 6 months later the instructor's gone. I just can't see the future in it. You really want to get dedicated and get into the sport.
What is black belt?
Black belt is, I don't know how to say it. It's something special. It's somebody who's been trained and fighting. He's a fighter, but he's a friend. Somebody you can. Or it should be somebody you can trust. There might be a lot of them that aren't, but in my way of thinking, a black belt should be a friend, somebody you can trust, somebody that will help you, work out your problems, no matter what it is. If it's in here or whatever, I feel like some of my best friends are in karate, black belts and even lower belts. And I think black belts somebody you should look up to, somebody that deserves respect, and yet they respect others too.
How do you plan on staying active in karate?
I mainly plan to start learning how to teach. I was talking to Mr. Goodyear. I wanted to start coming into self-defense classes and helping him and learning, from the bottom up to start helping him teach. And then eventually, it might be 2 or 3 years down the road, I would like to open my own studio. But first of all, I want to learn all the basics of being a good instructor.
What specifically will you be doing different what will you be doing as a black belt? What you after black belt? What will you be doing different?
Well, my main thing when I hit black belt is I'm in my twilight years now. I hit 30 this year. I want to hit some tournaments. I really do. I want to see how I am with some of the people that have been here a while. You know, I want to compete mostly as black belt. My two basic things are number one, to get into the instruction, number two, to compete.
What do you think of other systems and styles in martial arts?
I've been in one other system, and that was Kinpo, and to tell the truth, it was sorry. I didn't like it. It was all college. There was no physical abilities at all to it. You know, you just sat around and throwing stuff in there. We had one tournament. I was there for a year, and they had one inter-school tournament, and I was a white belt in here. There just wasn't any competition. Now, I don't know about the Taekwondo or the whatever other kind of names they have, but I know in this style right here, it's a good, strong system. You work hard, you learn how to be a fighter, you learn confidence, and I just don't think anything else compares to it that I've seen or been to. Okay, I can speak on this now. I was one of those, I never learned karate. I never liked it. I never cared about it until I started getting ready for the black belt. Then I can see some value in it now. It helped my form, and I feel like it's helped, not necessarily in my fighting, but the strength of my punches and my kicks. And then it's a great workout. I tell you what, you do them right, you get tired. It's not something you just walk through. You do them right, and karate will wear you out just as much as the fighting.
Do you think belts should be given away to students to encourage them to study karate and explain?
No, I don't. I feel like I've earned every one of my belts. You know, I don't think any of them were given to me. And you know, the test had several parts, and I was always told where I was lacking and where I was good at. And sometimes I come real close, but I feel like I always made my test legitimately right. I always achieved, you know, each rank that I got. And I don't think it would do any good to give anybody a belt. It's always going to hurt is yourself. If you give somebody a black belt and put them in here with these black belts and they haven't earned it, I feel like they're going to be hurt.
All right, you said something about you like to struggle. What is your responsibility as a black belt and you do instruct somebody? What is your responsibility towards them as what they do with it? What do you feel is your responsibility?
Well, I feel like I should be an example to them, first of all. If I'm an instructor, I should set a good example for that student. And bullying and such can be, I don't like it. I would strongly try to discourage, you know, if nothing else, I would turn into a bully myself, let them see how they like it. But I think that as an instructor, I should set a good example for my students, you know, in every aspect of comradeship, sportsmanship, courteousness. I believe it all has a part in it.
Darrell, where do you think the tournament serves its place in martial arts?
I think it's a great sport itself. Now, I think tournament and PKA is totally two different things. Tournament's a game as much as physical ability. You sharpen your wits there. It's like playing war or something. There's not the danger of being extremely hurt than what there would be in the full contact ring. So I think it's a good, good practice, good war game, if nothing else. And it's good, clean, honest, fun competition too. And it's something the whole family can get into. It's not something just for one person, just for the males, just for the females, or the kids, or the grown-ups.
How do you think karate will benefit someone who's, say, spent a lot of their life on the street, getting a lot of fights on the street, learn that little street fight? How would you try to?
Well, I think they could be aimed in a more positive direction instead of fighting on the street, they can put their skills to use, with some training and all, put their skills to use. There's in the fight, they go into full contact, tournament style, and make something of their life instead of throwing it away on the streets.
Here looking over your resume and such, it shows you started your tournament career and 74, 75, and you see gap 80, and you see smart, some fairly active and some inactive. If you achieve this rank of black belt, that's the way you're going to continue, or are you going to say active and karate also aspects of it?
I think if you look from 1980 on, I've been fairly active in karate. The first 4 or 5 years, I was in and out. I started in Middle Wales, and then the studio closed down over there. That wasn't the reason I quit. I moved off, and then just moved back. And every time I come into the area, I'd come and work out for a while. And finally, in 80, I decided I was better just buckle down and get busy and start working. And I got to say, I've enjoyed it, and I enjoyed coming to the studio. It's a way for me to just get loose, get away from everything else. And I plan to continue, to keep coming. And I live a pretty good distance, but I make the effort to drive because I do enjoy it.
How many miles do you move?
It's about 48 miles.
Why do you think karate is considered an art?
I don't know so much as an art now. I think it originally, was more. I think it's more in terms of sport myself. Now, I guess if you get into the kung fu and everything, where they do all the pretty moves and nobody ever gets hurt or anything, I just don't think somebody, going up to black belt is being an artistic type of thing myself. I think it's more of a sport, but you get into the kung fu and all where you're making pretty moves and you never hit anything or anything ever hits you. And it's, there's a kind of poetry or beauty in it, I suppose. If you look at it, well, I think it's all in the eyes of the beholder, really.
I had one of the questions, Darrell, was something I was going to say to you. I think it probably made more of an impact this time than it did another time. On here, I understand your situation when it comes to not having time to teach the women's like karate. Both of them are time-consuming things, and they're separate things. They're not things that can be together. It's hard for an instructor to get a good workout. Usually it doesn't got to be perfect, if that's the case. It'd be hard to get ready for black belt, but still have to spend a lot of time instructing. The thing I wanted to say to you is that instructing yourself in anything, not just karate, but giving instruction to somebody is a whole different ballgame from actually knowing the field itself. I think you're a pumper. Being a good pumper is a whole lot different than being able to teach a whole bunch of guys to be good pumpers. Teaching is teaching. That's how I always say that. And when you start to concentrate on that, you're going to find when you start answering the questions of how I can get a student to accomplish a certain thing, especially when all students are different and you're having to make allowances for that difference, you'll find that you'll have to be asking yourself, how can I get him to do this thing instead of how can I do this thing myself? And so it's a completely different way of being able to look at things for what you do as a player. I know you probably had some experience with this to start with when you actually get 100% responsibility, for classes and things like this, and various players over a long period of time when they're actually coming along and developing that you have over time. You actually get to see this and realize that you're a part of it. It's a great joy to you, and it should be. And this is something you can do long after your twilight years too. That's really all I want to say that this time.